Good evening, everybody. This is George from Iron Legacy Fitness TV. I am actually going live with NSL Classic Physique Pro Carlos, also known as
Yep.
Nature's Juicehead on Instagram. He's a lifetime natural athlete, professional classic physique bodybuilder in an up and coming organization like myself in the NSL. I'm a pro at the men's physique level. So we're gonna go over actually one of his books. It's called The Fat Cycling Method. Very good book. I purchased the book and I finished it in I wanted 2 hours max, and that's because I kept stopping to eat. But it's a very good book. There's a lot of good information, and it really brings out a good balance in life. So, Carlos, I mean, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you start the book, or how'd you get started on that project?
Yeah, man. Hey, by the way, man, congratulations on your channel, and you know, keep it up, man. Keep up, keep doing what you do, and keep on learning. But guys, the fat cycling method basically is just through trial and error. As a natural bodybuilder, I don't have drugs as my advantage. I can use that as an edge. So I need to find another edge. I need to find another way to produce results, to be better than my competition, and to trial and error. I developed a system that I believe works great for a natural bodybuilder. There's a lot of extremes out there in the fitness industry. I just got into bodybuilding about 2 years ago, and I went through the extremes. I went through the protein and vegetables and hours of cardio, for 12, 16 weeks, and it was hell. It was probably one of the worst feelings I've ever gone through. And being depleted, being tired, being exhausted. It was just something that I didn't really enjoy. And so instead of competing, instead of enjoying myself during the process, I was actually suffering through the process. Waking up in the nights with cramps and this and that. So I'm like, man, there's got to be a better way. So I did a lot of research, and basically it's just a system of using high fat diets. It's called ketogenic dieting.
Yeah.
And mixing it up with high carbohydrates. So basically, instead of cycling carbs, you're cycling the fat, and I think it's just a better approach overall. At least for me, it was. But seeing what the research has done, seeing all the stuff like that, I think it works for both. Just for about anybody. I think anybody can adapt to it.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
are you naturally, as an individual, are you naturally more heavy set, or are you one of those guys that you get skinny walking to the garage?
No, man. I'm not heavy set, but I'm not skinny. I have a good balance. Like I put on muscle relatively easy, not mass monster muscle, but pretty big. I mean, there's this thing called the fat-free mass index.
Yeah.
That you can check, and it basically tells you based on your score to tell you if it's achievable with steroids or not. So, like for example, a score of 25 and above, what they're saying is that compared to the bodybuilders back in the old days that didn't take steroids, the biggest guys before steroids, they would use this score, and it will tell you whether you can attain that without steroids or with steroids. So like a score of 25, you would need steroids or it'd be very hard for a natural bodybuilder to get there. And I'm actually like at a 26, 27. So I'm not a hard gainer, but I could eat and still, not get fat. So not overweight by a lot.
Right. Okay. So like
So
you're pretty much you're what anybody would ask for at this level. Well, for this sport, especially at the pro level, is to have that balance of not shriveling up, but not getting, not being 20% in the off season and have to diet down. So that's very good. You're very blessed to have those genetics.
it is, man. It is, and a lot of people. I mean, my goal. I mean, essentially my goal. Because nowadays, man, to be honest, it doesn't really make a difference to me whether someone's enhanced or not. I mean, it is what it is. It's you have the choice to do it or not.
Yeah.
And but what I took, and my goal is for people to be like, hey man, you gotta be on juice. You know, for me that's a compliment. You know, and I've worked hard to get to that level. But in the end, in reality, I tell people, listen, man, if I was juiced up, I wouldn't weigh 180 pounds. I'd be 200 something plus easy, because my work ethic and just my genetics, I would probably get there pretty easy. Because if I can hit 180, 185 naturally, the way I am right now, without doing any drugs or anything like that, I think I can do a lot more if I did take drugs, you know, things like that. But again, I have to find a way. I have to find a more effective way, and to be able to achieve those kind of results. So that's why I wrote the book. I want to teach people what I did. You know, see how I went about it.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, man, it's a great book. It's one of the best things I've bought for myself in probably the last year and a half, 2 years, man. I mean, it's knowledge wise, it's been one of the best things that I've picked up and read. That's clean information. I've seen the product. I've seen the results in person. I mean, I met you at the NSL 11 show where I turned pro and you were competing. And I mean, it shows that your methods do work, and it's nice to see, because people sell things online all the time, and you don't know. You know, you hear about people get busted using the Photoshop and the Adobe gains and all that crazy stuff that's going on nowadays. But I can actually testify to everybody watching that I saw what the product looks like if you apply it. So that's good to see.
And you know what? And you know what's cool about that is that I went into that show knowing that I wasn't going to be, because I wasn't as conditioned as I wanted to be. I can get a lot more conditioned, but you know, because of the type of competition that I have, I can't go in there weighing 160 pounds. So even if I am shredded, so my goal basically in that competition, and it's pretty cool, man, because back in August, I was weighing 187 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I was a little bit fluffy, and I'm like, you know what, man, I'm going to start cutting that down slowly using my method. And I think it was about 16 weeks, must have been about 12 to 16 weeks, I'm not exactly sure, but not once did I eat under 2,500 calories, not once. And the only time I ever did cardio, like maybe 2 weeks out, I started doing cardio. 3 weeks out, I started doing a little bit of cardio. And the most I did was 45 minutes a day that last week. So, I mean, I hardly did any cardio. And I was able to really reduce my body fat. And I 10 pounds, I stepped on stage at 174. You know, so there you go.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely showed, man. I mean, you say you weren't as conditioned. I thought you looked pretty good, man. And now that you tell me, you know, the exact timeline and how you did it, you know, that's actually very good conditioning for cardio 3 weeks out, man. I was doing cardio from the beginning of the prep. 4 weeks out, I was up at 2 hours, man. So just 2 hours a day of cardio plus the training.
You know what? And that's what I would do. That's what I would do if that's how much cardio I would do if I was really, really going after it. You know, if I really wanted to get down, because I've gotten as low as I did an underwater body fat test, and my low was body fat, and I was 3.2%. And that's when I got my pro card with NSL. I was probably around there. I was pretty shredded when I got my pro card. This time I was a little bit higher, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't conditioned. I mean, I'm happy with my conditioning, but at that level, it's not enough. You know, at that level, you got to bring a little bit more to the stage, and that's my plan. My plan is to get that conditioning that back in March when I got my pro card, but step on stage at 180 pounds as opposed to 155 or 159. You know.
Right. Yeah, and I mean that's if you're stepping on stage with that conditioning at 180 pounds, I mean you're a pretty big guy. You know, especially being natural at 180 and sitting at 2-3% body fat. I mean that's pretty big.
For my height is it's a lot.
Yeah, because I know you're what, about 5'7"?
5'6".
5'6", 5'7".
5'5".
Yeah. Because I know they got me in at 5'8.5".
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So when you get to classic, you're gonna be about 190. So.
Yeah. So. No,
shredded.
man. I mean, I'm sticking with men's physique, the beach. Just I know that day you saw me do classic in the novice, but that was just for fun, man. I've always wanted to get up there and pose like that, and I figured I had nothing else
It's
to
fun, man.
lose. It was
It's
a
really
lot of
fun.
fun. But I mean,
A lot of work.
my body structure, my frame definitely holds on a little bit better for physique. I just got to keep that waist tight, year round.
Out
And
early, man. Start out early and get shredded. Get those abs. You know, it's about reducing your body fat, man, and dialing it in.
yeah,
You know.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, Carlos, you know what, man? I know you got a busy night ahead of you. I know you got some clients that you got to take care of tomorrow. I got to finish packing up the stuff, man, because like I said, the next time we talk, I'll be either in Wisconsin, Chicago. I don't know where I'll be, to be honest with you. I might be in Miami. We might be able to do this live.
That'll be awesome, man. That'll
Yeah,
be
but
freaking.
I
That'll
definitely
be
gotta,
great.
I definitely gotta get down there, man. I know you're saying they got the underwater testing and all that stuff, so I know you're in a pretty good area for the sport.
Yeah, man. It's very very popular here, man. By the way, guys, I also have this one. Prep. This is the classic. Prep to win, guys. So this is another book I wrote, man. I wrote it because I know there's a lot of guys that have questions about competing. I'm sure you had some questions when you were competing. It's like what to expect.
Man,
And
I mean, I'm a, well, quote unquote, I'm a pro now. I still have questions, man. There's
yeah,
I don't
same
believe that
thing
you
here.
can ever learn it
You
all.
never
So
stop learning.
yeah, exactly. You can never
You never
stop
stop
learning.
learning. So yeah, so I wrote that book, man, because I know when I started, I just stepped on stage. I had no idea, um, you know, what a tan was. I had no idea about oiling up and this, and it's just so many questions, about competition prepping. How many weeks should I start dropping body fat? So it goes hand in hand with my book because you know, like if you're 10 weeks out, how do you know you're 10 weeks out, or how do you know how many weeks out you should start? And so I put a pretty good, using body fat tests, both calipers, bod pod, underwater. Doesn't matter which test you really use, but I devised a guideline of how to figure out your timeline, how to know, and then because a lot of people like I seen competitors, man, um, 4 weeks out that look sensational, and they starve and prep and do 2 hours of cardio a day all the way through all the way to the competition. I'm like, dude, you're 4 weeks out. You're not supposed to be worrying about that. You should be worrying about your posing. You should be worrying about other more important details, that you're gonna present yourself at the show. And so that's why I wrote that book as well, man. Just to my goal is to just give back, man. I don't really care about making money. It's more about making sure people have a good experience, and you know don't get caught in the politics. Don't get caught spending money with coaches that don't deserve your money. You're just a number to them. So I go with that, man. I give a good guideline of how to choose a coach. Just all the details that go into prepping for a show as well.
Right.
So I recommend it, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna get myself a copy of that one now once I settle in at my new hotel or home or wherever I'll be in Wisconsin. I'll get a copy. I got some time to read it. I'll probably read it a couple times.
But with the win, man.
Yeah. So you know what, Carlos? Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this. We'd definitely love to catch up with you again sometime soon and go over a few different topics and how to get competitors and everyday people, your 9 to 5ers who just want to live healthy. I'm sure we can help them out a little bit as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. Thank you, man, for the interview, and good luck, safe travels, and have a good time, man.
Yeah, thank you, son. You too, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll set something up for another date.
All right, George. That's good, man. Nice talking to you, man.
Take care, brother. Have a good one.
See you later.
Take care.